Hello friends, today's video is going to be very special and very interesting because today we are going to learn how to create dynamic series list in Excel. For example, here we have the list of 9 players and we want to add another player to this list. If I add another player's name, you can see here the number is getting changed in the series. Or if I add another name, it will automatically get added. Now what if I delete any name from the list? Automatically the list is getting adjusted. If I delete any row, you can see here the number list is getting adjusted. Isn't it amazing? Interesting? If I hide any row, then also you will see the number list is getting adjusted. How to create such kind of a list which will get adjusted even if we delete or hide any row. This is the topic for the day today. It is going to be very interesting, so stay tuned till the end of this video. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. So stay tuned till the end of this video and let us learn how to create dynamic series list in Excel. Hello all and welcome to Boost Your Career, the place where you learn the skills to grow in your career. This is the list that we have. We want to create a serial numbers in this particular column, and that to be a dynamic serial number. Before we go ahead and do that, let us learn what is the use of aggregate formula, how it is being created, and what is the use of a count formula. So the count formula, for example, if I write here serial number, this is the text. If I use the count formula, it will count only numbers and not the text. So if I count only in this particular cell, it will count only the numbers. That is the reason it is giving me 0. If there was a number like this, it would have counted as 1. That is the use of count formula. I will write here serial number, and let us learn what is the aggregate formula. So is equal to aggregate, because we are going to use aggregate formula to create a dynamic list over here, and not the count formula, because in aggregate formula we are going to get the benefit of one advantage, that is, if I delete the row, then also my serial number gets adjusted. If I hide the row, then also my serial number should get adjusted, which is not there in the count function. So that is the reason we are going to use aggregate function. So what is aggregate function? First of all, what does aggregate function do? Returns an aggregate list in the database, in the series. It will return the aggregate in the database. For that, what we are going to give first? What is it asking? It is asking the function number. So this is a list of the function which we need to select from 1, 2, 3, 4, like that we need to put over there. Then what is it asking? I am just showing you what is the use of aggregate function. Then it is asking the option to select from. So these are the options that we are getting in the aggregate function, like this. So we are going to select from this. Then what is it asking? It is asking the array. Array means the series or the table. So that is the use of aggregate formula, which we are going to use to create the serial number. So first of all, we are going to create a serial number with the help of aggregate formula. So I am showing you over here which this particular formula we are going to use in this particular series, this particular column. To learn that, I am using this cell. So is equal to aggregate function number. So here we are going to use the count. So we need to put just 2, because we are going to use the count function. What it will do, it will count. For example, if I am putting the function here and give the range from here to here, it will count how many numbers are there. If there is no number, then it will put as a 0 over there from that particular range. So count, I have already given. So comma, what is it asking? It is giving me options. What options I want to select? Here I will select the option ignore hidden rows, because that is a feature that I want to use while creating my dynamic series and then comma. Now it is asking an array. Now it is asking the array. For that I am going to use this cell where my header is there, of serial number is there. Header of serial number is there. Now you will see when I click over here, I can see F2 over here. So I will just put the colon, and you can see the range is in this particular cell only, that's F2 to F2. Okay, I'm going to copy this formula down. So what I want, whenever I go down, okay, I should get the count one additional to what it is there in this particular cell. For example, if this particular cell gives me 1, the next cell should give me 2, 3, like this. And for that I will lock the first F2. So in this series F2, F2, this particular cell, because this particular formula will count how many values are there in this particular cell, that is serial number, and the cell number is F3. But when I go down, it should change to F2 to F3. If I go again down, F2 to F4, F2 to F5, and like that. So my first F2 should remain constant. For that I will lock this particular cell, that is first F2 in the series. So what I did, just look one more time, aggregate, because I want to create a series over here with the help of formula aggregate. Then I put the 2 because I want the count of the whatever is there in this particular series. Then 5 comma 5. Why 5? Because I am using the feature of ignore hidden rows in this series. Then comma, and then I have given the array. Now while selecting the array, this particular cell I have selected. The first F2, the first cell I locked, because when I copy the formula down, I want this second F2 to be changed to F3, F4, F5, like that, but first F2 should remain constant. And then I will complete this. Now what will happen here? Aggregate will check, give me aggregate value for the count of whatever is there in the serial number. But the count formula counts only the numbers. It never counts the text. Now serial number is a text, so it should give me the 0 value. If you see here, 0 value. If I copy this down, you will see I am getting the series, but my series is starting with 0, because count function is counting first whatever is there in this cell. It is not number over there, so it is giving me 0. Second count, this particular cell, the count function is counting from F2 to F3, and it can be seen that there is a number over here, 0. So it is giving me 1 as a count. But my series should not start with 0. So I will put here plus 1. So it should start with 1. And I will copy this formula down. Now you will see I am getting a correct series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this series, this is the dynamic series I created. I will use this formula into this serial number. Now this is going to be very interesting, so please pay attention. Here I am going to use the if function along with aggregate function. So we'll go ahead, is equal to if tab. Now you know how to use the if function. I have already made a video on if functions. So what if function asking me? Logical test. So logical test for if function is, if I want, if this particular cell, right, that is C3, in this cell is equal to blank. For blank I am putting 2 double inverted commas. So the sign of double inverted comma is the button which is near to enter button. So we need to press shift and that button. That gives me 1 double inverted comma. So I'll put 2 times that. Double inverted comma 2 times. That is a sign of a blank. So if C3 is equal to blank, then comma, then value if true, what I want. If C3, there is nothing in this cell, for example, there is nothing in this particular cell, what I want here, don't want anything, I want blank only. So I will put blank here, that means 2 double inverted commas. So if this is blank, give me blank only. and then comma. Now value false. If this is not blank, this particular cell, that is B3, is not blank, what I want now, I will use this aggregate formula which I created the series like this over here. So aggregate then I will use count 2 because I want to count, then comma, then ignore hidden rows, that is 5, and then comma, then what I want the array. So as we have done over here, selecting the array, so I'll click on the serial number title, the serial number header, and then I will press colon. That is my B2 cell. But as I told you, the first B2 I will lock this, because when I copy this formula down, it should change to B2, B3, B2, B4, B2, B5 like this. So I will lock this B2 by pressing the function key F4. $sign is being put. I will keep this as it is, dynamic. Next B2. Then my aggregate formula is completed now. Aggregate formula is completed, but my if formula is not completed, for that also I put another bracket. What I put here, if function combined with aggregate. If C3 is equal to blank, give me blank only. And if it is false, that means there is something in C3, what give me, calculate the series and give me the serial number like this. Then press enter. As I told you, we need to put 1 after aggregate formula, so I will add +1 here. Once the aggregate formula is completed, I will add +1. Now you can see the serial number is created. If I delete any name from this list, my serial numbers are getting adjusted. If I delete any row, you can see the my serial numbers list is getting adjusted accordingly. This is being created with the help of aggregate formula. If function combined with aggregate formula. I hope you like this video. Let me know in the comments how was it. If you are not subscribed to this channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel to learn the skills which helps you to grow in your career. Thank you very much, and we'll see in the next video.